Says I'm live, but I don't feel alive. I want you to listen to yesterday's scam call. I got it wrong, but let me get this up. I should have gotten it up. Well, people are coming in. If anybody comes in, I don't know. Oh, boy, my pain is horrible. I had a spinal fusion, and that went bad, so not good.
Yeah, we've not missed a payment, and we've got a lot of debt.
I got a call yesterday afternoon.
Thanks, love. Hello.
This call is about helping you get free of your credit card debt so you can have a completely financial freedom forever.
Forever?
Oh, man. How are you able to?
Financial freedom forever. That should be your first clue that this is a scam. But listen to this woman's voice. There was 4 of us that listened to this last night on our big screen and speakers. And we learned that it's either AI, artificial intelligence, or it's a pre-recorded line with this person's different scenarios. And then at the call center where these scammers are in India, they will press the correct response to go along with the woman's voice.
That is really cool.
So the Fair Credit Reporting Act is the only law which gives you the legal right to eliminate your credit card debt, because these credit card companies work in an area of gray, which means they charge you high interest.
50 Shades of Grey. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh, I haven't read that book or seen that movie, but this is more interesting than 50 Shades of Grey.
Rates and hidden fees, so it becomes impossible for you to pay off your debt.
It becomes impossible to pay off your debt because you are racking up 19 to 21% interest every month. So that blouse that you bought on sale, or those shoes that you got, your school shoes that your kids got, or whatever birthday gift you had to get your kids, plastic stuff that's last year's toys are in the landfill, and you work full time because you got to keep up with the Joneses. You want a bigger SUV, bigger TV, more, spend. So you work full time, put the kids in kitty kennels. So you feed them Pop-Tarts, junk food, and on the way home, you buy them a hamburger. You stop at Mickey D's, or like Lori Vallow did with her son, JJ. She took him for chicken fries, chicken and a Sprite. That's what he ate every morning. What a good mom. I thought that people in the LDS church ate healthy, and stopping at a fast food restaurant to get your kid fried chicken and high fructose corn syrup drink every single morning constitutes bad mom. Stop putting stuff on credit. Don't buy your kids junk because you feel you must, because you work full time and you feel guilty. So you know what? You can stay home. I know it. You can stay home. You can cut your expenses. You can shop at thrift stores. I shopped at thrift stores. And let me tell you.
Oh, I think I have 4.
How about now? Is there sound now? I had the. What an idiot.
Okay. And how much of a balance do you carry on all of your credit cards? Any guess is good.
About 8,000.
No.
So they'll eliminate
Let me
all
go.
my debt.
Let me go back.
Last name's not slowly.
Yes.
Oh,
I had this.
okay. Last name first or first name last?
And could you spell your first name and last name slowly for me, if you don't mind?
Last name slowly.
I go by Kit. K-I-T.
Kit Kat. Listen.
K-A-T. And last name is Felix.
Thank you so much.
She
Now,
said
I'll try to
thank
be
you
quick
so much
I can
before
save
I.
you time and money, of course. But if you have any questions, you can interrupt me at any time
But-
at all.
Okay, thank you.
They're lying
So,
for
just
sure.
a few quick questions. Do you have any medical bills currently?
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice how she, when I said Felix, she said thank you so much, and then they pretended like they had my records. So all they needed was the credit card number.
Yeah, for
listening.
sure.
And how many credit cards do you have on your name, or are you currently using?
How many what? How many cards do I have?
4.
I'm talking about all the credit card accounts.
Oh, I think I have 4.
Okay. And how much of a balance do you carry on all of your credit cards? Any guess is good.
Any guess is
8,000.
good.
So they'll eliminate all my
Thank you.
debt? Oh, man.
Here she's talking over me.
Wow.
Eliminate, and then the
You are
guy
a
pressed.
godsend.
Yes.
Congratulations. You are completely qualified for the debt relief on your credit card debt. So which account would you like to enroll first?
My Visa.
Visa. Wee-hee.
Okay, so can you please grab your card and make sure that you can verify the expiration date on your account?
Okay, then
Okay, can you hold on while I go get my card?
I said that I was worried about getting scammed.
Okay,
Please
thank
take
you.
your time. They all say, take your time. Every one of them say, take your time. I had 2 scammers this morning,
I gotta go get my purse.
and they said, take your time. It is what they all say in their call center.
Take your time.
Thank
Yes, take your time.
You sound nice.
You
Thank
sound
you.
nice.
I'm sorry to ask.
This one really is catching people. But I'm declaring April Fool's Day is Scammer Awareness Day, and all of April, Scammer Awareness Month. That is from Zelda. Anyone else declaring
Okay,
that?
I got my credit cards.
Okay, let's see.
Hello?
Yeah, okay.
So now for the verification purpose, please verify the expiration date on this card.
Does she sound like a real
Okay, hold on.
person, or pre-recorded, or AI? Do you think it's AI? What do you guys think?
823.
Now, if you could go ahead and verify
Thank
the
you,
account
Metal
number, starting with
Detecting,
4,
for
so I can pull up the
watching
recent
my
billing
stuff.
statement of your account, and then I can be able to update you with the current standings and the payment and also your recent purchases, okay?
Recent
4.
purchases. She'll see I bought some Depends. Larry, would you bring me something to drink? With ice. It's in the little, it's in that little closet there, one of those Izzy's. So, telling me I can have all this money for free.
4.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, go
I
ahead.
think that's a 6. I'm having trouble reading it. 5.
But I think the only way we can fight back is by
4.
taking up their time. Because when they're on the phone with us, they're not calling your grandma or auntie to get scammed.
905.
Let me see.
I think that's
Good days, but I'm sure that you do realize that any kind of scam.
Okay, listen to this part.
Well, I won't blame you for your skepticism because there's too much going on these days, but I'm sure that you do realize that any kind of scam, unauthorized transaction, or fraudulent activity can actually get reverted back. And you can always claim as fraud and get your money back right away. Okay?
Or you get your money back right away. Right away. That is a lie.
Too much going on these days, but
Let's see. We're going to go over this again. Thank you, sweetie.
Well, I won't blame you for your skepticism because there's too much going on these days, but I'm sure that you do realize that any kind of scam, unauthorized transaction, or fraudulent activity can actually get reverted back. And you can always claim as fraud and get your money back right away. Okay?
Oh, I can get my money back if I claim it's fraud?
Larry, can I use your phone to call?
How does that happen?
Let me use your phone. I want to call the bank.
Please verify the 16-digit account number on the front. That starts
Okay,
with 4.
now I'm going to call.
I gave it to you already.
I'm going to call a banker, and I'm going to ask him about this. So hold on. Well, I'll let that play.
The manager would like to explain some things to you for just a second. Can you please hold on?
Manager. The big wig.
Hello?
Kevin.
From who? Who? Kevin?
Kevin. Kevin.
I'm sorry, I coughed over you. Debt-free what?
Okay.
Debt-free America.
Debt-free America. He can't even pronounce America.
Oh, okay.
Right now, man, through which bank do you have that Visa card that you have given to the
Visa card.
I don't know. It's got a bunch of horses on it.
Wells Fargo. I'm calling Wells Fargo right now. Force and loss. Oh, yeah. Here, listen to him.
I don't know. It's got a bunch of horses on it.
You can also use mobile and online.
The what?
I've been trying to call them for days. What did he say?
I still didn't understand you, honey. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's got a bunch of horses on it.
Hold on. Listen. He says notify the... he whispers, notify
the what?
team.
What's the last 4 digits of this card?
Did you hear him whisper?
Of this card?
The what?
What's the last 4 digits of this card?
Now here he comes. What did he say? What do you think he said?
I still didn't understand you, honey. I'm so sorry.
I say, honey. Honey, my butt.
Can you repeat the card number one more time?
I already read it. I already read it.
I love making him mad.
Can you repeat that again? The card number?
Okay, 4. I can get my money back if I 905. I
Hold
think
on.
that's 8.
Oh, they're not answering. They don't answer.
Okay.
But you cannot get your money back from a
I'm kind of
scammer
worried about giving
because
my
it's
number
that
out.
money is
Can I
gone.
give
It's in
to
India.
the official there.
Well, I won't blame you for your skepticism because there's too much going on these days, but I'm sure that you do realize that any kind of scam, unauthorized transaction, or fraudulent activity can actually get reverted back. And you can always claim as fraud and get your money back right away. Okay?
Oh,
Baloney.
.com/coronavirus.
Oh, come on,
For
answer.
auto-fit account information and customer service, press 1.
Hey, I got a human. Maybe.
Welcome to Wells Fargo. Para servicio en español, marque 9.
Marque 9. Number 1.
This call may be monitored or recorded. For account access or questions, say your account or card number or enter it followed by pound. For anything else, say other options.
Other options. I'm going to ask them how we can stop getting scammed. In Oregon, it's just a one party. You don't have to notify the other person on the other end that you are recording. California, it's different. So, come on, I want operator.
I'm having.
Hello? Hello?
To better assist you, I'll need your account number first. Enter your account or card number.
I don't have a card.
I'll connect you to a banker.
Oh, yay. Finally got somebody.
Sorry, so that I can transfer your call to the right banker, please tell me briefly the reason for your call.
I was scammed.
You're calling about fraud, is that right?
Yes, fraud.
Okay, fraud, please hold while I connect you with a banker who can help you.
Fraud. Ooh, I like that music. I am crafty and sly. That's why I made a good detective.
Fargo Premier. My name is Connor. How may I help today?
Hi, I would like some information on scammers. I think I had a scam call, and she told me that if not to worry. I want you to hear it because I
You
recorded
get my
her.
money back if I claim it's fraud?
Here,
Yes.
Oh, wow. How does that happen?
listen to her.
Right away. Okay.
Oh, I can get,
And unauthorized
Listen to what she said.
can actually get reverted back, and you can always claim it's fraud and get your money back right away.
Is that true?
oh, I can get,
Here, listen.
Unauthorized.
I think it was a AI
Well, I
or
won't blame you for your skepticism because there's too much going on these days, but I'm sure that you do realize that any kind of scam, unauthorized transaction, or fraudulent activity we can actually get reverted back, and you can always claim it's fraud and get your money back right away. Okay?
oh, I can get my money back.
and
if I
then
claim
they
it's
said
fraud.
I was getting complete debt free off of my credit cards. Are you there?
This call is about helping you get free of your credit card debt so you can have a completely financial freedom forever.
Hello?
Oh, man. How are they able to do that? That is really cool.
Yeah, can you hear me?
So the Fair Credit Reporting Act is only
Okay. Yeah, she said that I can get 100% debt eliminated for life. And I told her I was worried about getting scammed. And she said, well, if I'm scammed, I can contact my bank and get my money back right away.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see here. So I do know that when it comes to any type of fraudulent transactions, I do know when it comes to it, Wells Fargo, at least, we do have a 0% or a 0% liability for our customers. So if there is any type of fraud that takes place, that is something we would make sure to file a dispute on. And at that point, I know there would be no liability on you for paying that back. That's something that our claims department would get cleaned up.
But there's so much fraud going on. How can you keep up with that?
Yeah, the way it works there is, so if there's ever a situation where there is any type of fraud there, I know at that point it'll get sent out to our claims department, and they will perform kind of an investigation in regards to it.
But if it's these guys,
just to try to,
if it's these guys in India from a call center asking for your credit card number, and you give them your credit card number and your expiration date because they said they're going to do a debt elimination on all my credit cards. Even if I owe $50,000, they'll eliminate all that debt because of the government, and that the credit card companies have been charging too much.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, I know with kind of our claims department, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with their whole investigation process. But I do know that, if there is anything that is coming through that's not authorized, or if there is anything that's coming through that is looking suspicious, that is something I know our claims department could take over, do their investigation, and try to figure out exactly what's going on. And
Okay, so if I give them my credit card number and they take all my money out of my bank, then what?
Let's see here. So I know in a situation like that, if you do feel that there has been some form of scam that's been filed on you, or some form of something not right with that, that's something where I know we could definitely take a preemptive move there in regards to that, where we could, if that information is disclosed, we could definitely make sure to just replace that information before we would see anything come about.
But if they got into my, let's say I have 20,000 in my checking, and then I have a 25 overdraft protection. And so they took out $50,000 right then and there. Do I ever get that money back?
Gotcha. Yep. So that is something where, once again, there would be 0% liability on you. That is something our claims department would investigate, and at the end, we would be working on making sure all that would be put back in the right spot.
Huh. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay. We got our mail stolen, and the check, we had 2 boxes of checks. And we were supposedly the largest check fraud ordeal that happened back in 2001 or something like that. And the Wells Fargo president bank guy, he came to our house and thanked me because I helped stop them. But we had 20,000 in our checking because my husband travels and he needs to take emergency flight and last minute flight. And so sometimes a ticket can cost $5,000 to $10,000 with not flights, but everything, his travel expenses. And then we had a $25,000 overdraft protection. Anyway, they stole the checks out of, I don't know whether the carrier, the mail, the attorney general for the mail department, USPS, he said 80% is inside job. So our mail carrier probably sold our 2 boxes of checks to Bubba, and then Bubba sold it to his cousin, and so they made some money, and then they started writing checks, and I had checks bounce. But anyway, they got 50,000 out of our checking and overdraft protection in one day. That started January 16. And then they continued writing checks because they would change the routing number. The numbers on the bottom of your check, there's numbers. They can take a 3 and make an 8. They can take a 5 and make a 3. They can take a 1 and make it a 4 or 7 or whatever, and on and on. So the routing number is changed. When the routing number is changed, the check doesn't come up as stolen. And she got credit card. She had 5 driver's license with my name. Her name was Dawn Jensen, and her husband or significant other was named Luke Jensen. They bought a GMC Jimmy for $9,900 using a credit card. They opened up a credit card, and they painted it hillbilly chrome, which is hand painted metal. It was white GMC Jimmy. And then they went to Fred Meyer Jewelers, and she bought a $2,500 wedding ring and a $750 ring for Luke, her husband. And they talked about how they were in Alaska doing missionary work, and they'd saved up all this money for a long time, and how the Lord had blessed them and everything. And so they spent time at the jewelers and then wrote a check for that $2,500 plus $750, $3,000 $3,200. And then they went to another jeweler and had it resized and spent another $1,000 of our money, but it just couldn't stop. And then she spent $8,000 on a computer there on 82nd Avenue there in Portland and it was closing time after bank hours, and they wanted to take it home that night. And I got a call Friday morning from an Oriental guy just cussing his head off, calling me names. And I says, I was not the one who bought it. And he was adamant that I had stole, I says, you were in too much of a hurry to check with the bank to make sure that would clear. He said, but you promised you had money in there. I says, that wasn't me. I'm 5'9". I weigh 160 pounds. That's why. and I have brown hair. She's squatty. She's blonde, blue-eyed, but she has driver's license in my name. He says, oh, and if you lie, I says, you know what? My bank will cover that, but because you're being a jerk, I'm going to make sure that the bank doesn't cover it. And we were friends with the bank manager, Mary. She had a houseboat. Do you know who? She's probably not still around there. But anyway, I sent a picture of the wedding ring, the brochure. It was on sale. They had a big sale. It was like $5,000 wedding ring. I still have the same one my husband got me for $250 at Sears and Roebuck's in 1971. He got popcorn and a wedding ring, a cheap set, but I still wear it. But I was so mad. But anyway, what a bunch of liars. So I took that brochure from Fred Meyer, and I used to be a deputy sheriff when I was younger, and I sent a bolo, be on the lookout for a person, blonde, driving a GMC Jimmy, and her husband's a heroin addict. He's dying from hepatitis C and cancer because of his heroin use. And I said, she will be wearing this ring. And it was a very beautiful, distinctive looking ring. And I sent that, I faxed, we had a fax machine at home back in the early 2000, and I sent it to everybody to every agency, but Oregon would not allow me to report that car as stolen because it wasn't stolen, but yet Washington would report it as stolen. And they told me I was liable. So I had to get it insured in case she killed somebody with her drunken brawl. And it was a mess. Anyway, I just finished faxing at 2:00 in the morning up to north of by Longview. And I just went from middle of Oregon down to the middle of Washington. Every substation, police station, so every deputy, cop, and everybody would get the information on BOLO and check fraud and all this. And the cop picked it up off of the fax machine at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, read it, and then he went to go get a donut and coffee at the mini mart. So he walks in the mini mart, and guess who's standing there wearing that beautiful wedding ring? Don Jensen. And that's how she got caught. They went out to the car. Luke was sitting in the car because he was feeling sick, wearing his new wedding ring. But you know what he did? He swallowed it. Yeah, he swallowed it. Anyway, they got arrested, and it was her 13th felony conviction for fraud. What is wrong with that picture? Oh my.
Oh, so much. Oh, man.
So there were, I don't know how many checks, 20, 30, but between me and one other person, they wrote $150,000 worth of checks. Oh, and she went to Standard TV, bought some TVs, a washer and dryer. She bought cheap junk. She said they were remodeling their home, and we were remodeling our kitchen. She bought junk. I couldn't believe it, but it was under $10,990 worth of stuff. And then they had another couple there waiting. It was a middle-aged couple, and they had a dually truck, so they were probably living in a fifth wheel. And they wanted to pick up everything then, but which is a red flag. If they want to pick it up then, that means something's wrong, because yeah. Anyway, so the guy at Standard TV looked at our prior purchases, and he thought, this doesn't sound right. Something's wrong. So when they were on to him and he was getting ready to call the cops, they all split. So they tried to buy almost $10,000 worth of stuff. But the Ring and the GMC Jimmy, the president of Wells Fargo, picked it up. And I wanted to keep the truck, the car. He says, what? I wanted the ring. No, I wouldn't have wore it. Yeah. My husband's mom has a total of 5 carats in her wedding ring. She's gone, but I won't wear it because that's not me. I'm not fancy. I like my $250 Sears and Roebuck that he bought in 1971. He got down on his knees. We're going to be married 49 years, March 25. We were married March 1973, and we eloped. Oh, his parents were mad when we eloped. Anyway, so you heard that. I am declaring, I'm known on Scam Granny on the internet, on YouTube, and I make scammer videos where I sit and talk to the scammers, and then I put it live online. So I post these on the internet, and I am declaring, and the news media has taken interest in my videos. Let me play one of them. Anyway, so they said they would like to make a story about me, but I am declaring April Fools as Scam Alert, Scam Awareness Week, a day.
So this Army General.
Hi.
Here's.
Oh,
I'm dressed.
it must be my good friends calling me.
And I got alien glasses.
Hello?
And an old telephone.
This is Scam Granny. Oh, you're from the IRS and you're going to arrest me for fraudulent charges? Oh, wait. Amazon? You're here to help me with my computer.
These guys are ruthless. But, you know, did you know the director of unemployment in Washington was scammed? She had a Nigerian scammer of $600 million. Google that.
Oh, boy.
$600 million. And that was Washington unemployment, and Biden hired her. I think Sleepy Joe fell asleep when he pushed the button to say yes. Oh, poor old Sleepy Joe. Anyway, because it works, and because they are getting so many people, millions and millions of dollars a week, and there's no way to stop them because they're calling from India. They are tunneling through, that's kind of a strange word for describing. They go through this internet server that provides them anonymity, so they can spoof local numbers. I had a friend who got a call Saturday morning from the utilities company telling her they were going to shut her power off immediately if she didn't come up with the $900. And they said, you know, if we shut it off today, on Monday, it's going to cost you 3 times that to get it turned back on. So either you pay $900 right now, or you pay $2,000 or $3,000 on Monday to get it turned back on. Well, her husband had an open heart surgery. He was in the hospital. She didn't check with him, and she thought maybe they forgot to pay their electric bill, and she just wasn't thinking. So she drove to the nearest store Saturday morning, and she got $900 worth of payment cards, and she read off the money. She lost $900. And they're living, these people they couldn't even afford $9, let alone 900. They're living in their old motorhome. And she's been scammed 3 other times. She got scammed by somebody in Cameroon, Africa, with 2 little puppies, Yorkie puppies, that she was having shipped to her for free. But all she had to do was pay for the crate, and they'd reimburse her because those puppies were their daughters, and their daughter was killed, so they had to find somebody. Anyway, can you give me do you have any customers that have been scammed recently?
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's something where I do know, unfortunately, I know we do get calls about that every once in a while there, where things like that have happened, or you know, a lot of times we hear it from, you know, someone saying they're from Amazon and there's a purchase that they recognize, you know.
Yep.
And from there they reimburse, they put in more, and then they say go get gift cards. And unfortunately, it goes down that rabbit hole there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm Zelda on the internet. So if you look up Scam Granny on YouTube,
Sure.
Yeah. Scam Granny's important message. Watch and share this with everyone you may know, because I'm trying to, I'm not going to stop it. We can't, because, my friend that was spoofed for that $900, she looked at the phone number calling, and it was the utilities calling her. So, but they were closed. She called them Saturday morning, and she verified it was the utilities company. So she thought for sure that her husband hadn't paid. But the scammers over in Pakistan or Nigeria or wherever they are, the Bahamas, can use any number they wish, even the police department.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought it was legit because it was, in fact, the utilities PG&E phone number. So, but she lost. I don't know. Can she recover that money at all?
And I know in situations like that, you know, if it was something where she got the card and read off the number, I don't. That's something where, unfortunately, in scam cases like that, you know, it is something where I know there's still being an investigation, but unfortunately, I don't hear many of those that get overturned.
Yeah. So,
like that.
Yeah, so they lost that, and then she lost $3,000 on the puppy. I kept telling her it's a scam, but she says, "Oh, this is a Christian woman. She's really nice." And these 12, I said, "You can't ship a puppy internationally under 6 months of age." She says, "Well, they have special conditions." I said, "It's a scam," and she refused to listen to me. I guess she really wanted that puppy. She wanted to believe the scam was true. And I says, "Next, they're going to call you, and they're going to tell you that the puppies are in the United States, but they need a special warming crate. They need new crates. You just paid $1,200 each, and then they will reimburse you later today." She fell for it. She bought 2 crates. I'm going, oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. Her husband and her daughter tried to stop her, but she refused. And then she put on her Facebook recently, some guy, some handsome Army general requested her friendship, and she gave him her home phone number. That's some kind of, yeah, that's some kind of stupid. She says, well, I really thought he was an Army general and he was having financial problems because his son was injured in an accident. I says, oh, yeah, and the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus are for real. I mean, that has got to be some kind of stupid, don't you think? But people want to believe that they're really going to get something for free. And they're so eager that they got to do it right then and there. But like I said, April Fools, as you heard it here, Zelda is declaring April Fools as Scam Awareness Day and all of April Scam Awareness Month. But do you have any tips on how to not get scammed?
Let's see here. I know, unfortunately, one of the best things that I can think of there is just, personally, what I do is, if a call comes in and if it's not one of the main contacts that I know, I personally never answer anything there. If it's important, I'll leave a message.
Well, I get at least one call a day or every other day. They're on to me though, because they called me this morning and I started playing along with them. And he says, oh, because he threatened to arrest me for IRS fraud and everything. And he says, you're wasting my time. Gotcha. Yeah, you're wasting my time. Well, yeah, that's all we can do is waste their time. Anyway, well, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
I don't know. Can you have the bank manager call me, or who's the bank manager or the bank president of Wells Fargo?
Yeah, I know. Currently, as of right now, I know the CEO would be Charlie Shave.
Who?
But yeah, unfortunately, Charlie. I believe it's pronounced Schraff or Shrave.
Shrave. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that was helping us, this was 20 years ago, so I imagine he's retired, as is Mary, the friend banker. Anyway, well, thank you so much. What was your name?
Not a problem. My name is Connor.
Connor? Con? A con man! A Connor, huh? Thank you so much. Well, thank you for sharing with me.
Yeah, not a problem at all there. And I'm definitely going to check out that channel. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, Scam Granny. Yeah, a couple of the news people have taken interest, and so they're debating whether to have me on their TV program, but I think they will once I declare April Fool's as Scam Awareness Day.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, and share my Scam Granny video with everyone, all your customers and everything, because I don't know, maybe because we've been longtime customers of Wells Fargo since 1985. I think when you opened up in Oregon City is when you first opened up in, or I'm not sure, but we've been really good customers of yours. So with Wells Fargo. Anyway, well, thank you so much, Connor, the con man. I spoke to the con man. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. I hope you have a great one. Stay safe out there, too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, he didn't have too much information, but so what do you guys think, huh? Best tip is don't answer the phone. You got it right, metal detecting UK. Hey, we have a metal detector. We take it to the Florida Keys, and I've yet to find that gold and silver doubloon that blows in. After the storm, the sand gets shifted around, and sometimes those gold and silver doubloons show up on the beach, especially one beach in the Florida Keys, Donna Beach. Not Sunna Beach, but Donna Beach. We love the Florida Keys. We go there. We were going there twice a year because Motorola would send my husband to Fort Lauderdale, and then I'd have a free tag-along ticket because of his mileage. So that was the only way we could afford to go. We're cheapskates anyway. And then we have a place that we stay at the church. So we've been going there for 30 years, and the church has a little apartment. I'll show you how much we like the Florida Keys. Now we're in Oregon. We're over the edges of boring, and I will show you the weirdest. Oh, my muscle weakness is so bad. That spinal fusion was awful. Anyway, look at my family room. Look what's on the wall there. Life-size turtle, not life-size, turtles. And my couch is turquoise, and it's all shells, and the lamps are shells and everything. But unusual to be here in Oregon to have that kind of decor. But we love the Florida Keys so much. We haven't been there for almost 3 years now because of the last, we stay in Marathon, and the last storm that they had really, it hit Marathon. They took a direct hit. So it just about wiped them off the map. And Bahia Honda, look up Bahia Honda. We've been in the paper a couple of times there in the keynoter, because we build huge sand castles there at Bahia Honda State Park. It's Bahia, B-A-H-I-A, Honda, H-O-N-D-A, State Park. And anyway, we love building huge, these 10-foot wide and 6-foot high sand castles. And we have a lot of people come join us. And so they put our pictures in the paper of us building sand castles. Anyway, Roman coins here in England. Oh man, have you ever found one? Metal Detecting UK and Metal Detectives of Dorset. You know, my husband was in Scotland. He's a Scotty dog. My husband is a descendant of William Wallace, and his grandpa's name was William Wallace. His brother has Wallace in their name, and my husband didn't get. My husband loves the fact that he's a William Wallace descendant. Braveheart. My husband is a Braveheart, big time Braveheart. Oh, tell me, what have you found? Oh man, we have just gone over all those beaches there, because it's hard to dig in the dirt here in Oregon, especially in the state park. The swing sets, we find stuff on the swing sets or behind the picnic benches where people sit. We find coins, and more bottle caps than coins, and a necklace here and there. I found something very expensive, and you're not going to believe this story. We were at Donna Beach in the Keys, which is up towards Grassy Key from Marathon. It's the other side of Key West. It's about mile marker 60 something. And I was looking, there'd been a storm and somebody had found some gold doubloons there. So I thought for sure I'd take my metal detector. I spent all day looking and looking and looking and digging up sand, you know, with the little wand that you have that goes, anyway, I had wandered about, the water there is 86, 87, 88 degrees. So, and it's beautiful white sand and turquoise water. And I had walked a mile away from where we parked, and my husband sat there, and I saw something right at the edge where of the water where the tide was coming up. Now there's only a 6-inch tide there in the Florida Keys. There's no waves or anything unless it's stormy. So I saw something and I thought, what is that? It looks like a suitcase. Oh gosh, there's a body in the suitcase. Ah! No, there wasn't. So anyway, I kept walking and I went over there and I picked it up. It was a camera bag sitting on top of a log, just about ready to drop into the water. And I opened it, and it was a very expensive camera and money. It was about couple $1,000s worth of stuff. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I thought, wow. So I picked it up and I started heading back towards our car. And I tried to find names and stuff. And then, what you should do is whenever you take you take your camera with you, take a picture of your business card or your home address. That way, if your camera gets lost. This is the third camera I found somewhere around the world. I found a huge camera bag filled with expensive stuff in the water there in Seattle. But anyway, it was ruined. Poor guy. He didn't want it back. He says, keep everything. So I got some nice filters and stuff, but the camera was destroyed. But anyway, I took the camera bag back, and then there was a boat coming along going up and down the whole area. So I thought, they're looking for something. So I held up the camera bag like that, and oh man, they were going, yay! So they came up to me, and I said, there's a name in it, and it was the weirdest name ever. I forget what it was. This was 10, 15 years ago. I'll say like Gustav or something like that. Gustav and Sikitsu. And I thought, and I says, are you Gustav Sikitsu? Yes. And I says, wow, are you a doctor? And he said, yeah. I says, are you from Portland, Oregon? Yeah. I says, I know you. Is that bizarre? He was a doctor that worked there at the hospital where I worked. I worked in the laboratory. I was a medical phlebotomist. Oh, yes. That's a fancy word for somebody that takes blood out of your arms or skull or legs or feet or whatever. Bloodsucker. Anybody could do it if they like to craft. Anyway, I gave him back the camera bag, and it was still intact. The money was still there. He wanted to give me $100 reward, and I said, no, you don't need to pay me. But that was so weird that here we are in the Florida Keys, 7,000 something miles away from Portland, Oregon, and he worked in the same hospital where I worked. It was weird, and that was weird for me to have found that camera just in time. Anyway, dated about 1400 before Elizabeth I. Roman coins, silver Roman coins. Wow. Roman brooches. And my best find is medieval lady's gold ring, which is going to be bought by a museum. Oh my gosh. I have something in a museum in Seattle's waterfront is called Ye Old Curiosity Shop. Look it up. Anyway, above there's Sylvia and Sylvester. They're dried mummies. And I have a wooden burl that's the exact shape of a head, the size of a head. The brains are coming out. It's got ears and chin. They thought that was the weirdest thing. Anyway, it's on display and it has our name on it, donated by la 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 la. Anyway, I don't think anybody will give me a nickel for that wood burl, but it is the most bizarre thing you had ever seen. But we've never really found anything, and we have spent hours and hours using our metal detector. Which metal detector do you recommend is the best? I forgot which kind we have, but it's been kind of beat up because we fly it back and forth with us. We should just leave it there in the Keys, because we don't use it as much here in Oregon because the dirt is just too hard. But like I say, the best place to look for goodies is near the benches, park benches and seats, wherever people are sitting and picnicking. And anyway, thank you folks for stopping by, and I hope you would subscribe to my channel because I have 735. I had 738 yesterday, but you know how YouTube is taking everybody. They even removed my friend. They dropped her from the, I can't believe it. So it's hard to build your channel, and I want to make my channel go around. So please subscribe and share the Scam Granny one. It's the one called
Free zero credit.
Let me get this.
Oh, you're charging.
Let's
You're
see.
from the IRS and you're gonna arrest me?
They get,
Hi. Oh, it must be my good friends calling me. Hello? This is Scam Granny. Oh, you're from the IRS and you're gonna arrest me?
Anyway, I don't think I'll ever monetize my channel. I am doing this to help raise awareness for scammers, to help slow it down. We're not going to stop it because they're making millions a week. I keep my content clean. There is Trilogy Media, and I really, really enjoy their content. Oh, I'm up to 735 scammers.
Melissa Cummings scam filed on November 11 last year,
But
when her mansion was raided.
Trilogy Media, and they scam the scammers. They're really good. And then there's Rosie.
Hi there. I'm so sorry. I got disconnected.
I love her, Rosie. I'll leave a link to their
Yes, my name is Alexa. ALEXA.
Tell me how may I help you?
What kind of scam is this? I forget. I got
Tell me
disconnected.
how may I help you?
Yes, I got disconnected, and I was hoping you'd bring me back to
Disconnected with whom?
for the refund.
To whom you're talking to? May I know the name of the person?
His last name was Smith. Like John Smith, but any Smith.
Smith?
Were you the one that I was talking to before?
calling scammer as Kermit the Frog and drunk Alexa with IRL Rosie. She is hilarious. She's got a beautiful voice. Anyway, Trilogy Media they're young guys. They're doing an awesome job, and I really applaud them. But, you know, it's the older people. I think it's the older people that are getting scammed, and their language is a bit rough for older people, and I think it's a turnoff. But, you know, kids talk the way they do, you know, so I'm not a prude. I used to be at a deputy sheriff, so it doesn't bother me. So thank you all. God bless. And please share me out so I'll be famous. But no, it will help somebody not get scammed. Please share this with your granny, share this with your grandpa, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins. Tell them to share that out. Share it. Please share my info, because I cover several ranges of scams. IRS, Amazon, just every kind of, any kind of scam you can imagine. And this debt-free one, you heard her voice. She sounds pretty darn convincing, doesn't she? Anyway, these guys could care less. You're not going to get anything for free. Nothing is for free. So thank you for stopping by. Be well. Go with God. Thank you. Bye-bye. I will answer the chat in a bit, and I will post those links to Trilogy and IL Rosie. She gave the confirmation number L0S3R, which is loser. Bye-bye.